Governor Ron DeSantis has suspended his campaign for president. Thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Phillips. The announcement comes just 2 days before the New Hampshire primary. Governor DeSantis announced his decision with a video via X just a few hours ago saying, quote, "We don't have a clear path to victory." In the video, Governor DeSantis also endorsed former President Donald Trump.
Now, it's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge.
And Governor DeSantis already canceled his campaign events. He is staying in Tallahassee tonight. Nikki Haley and former President Donald Trump are now the front runners in the race for the GOP's presidential nomination. Zach Wilcox continues our coverage live from the Duval County election headquarters. Zach, you spoke with our political analyst.
Yeah, Riley, big news for Florida voters, particularly Republican voters. They're going to be heading to the polls here in the next 2 months or so. March 19th is the Republican primary in Florida, and they will not have the opportunity to vote for Governor Ron DeSantis while his campaign is still active. You mentioned I talked with our political analyst who pointed out that the timing of this isn't particularly shocking. He said that really it was going to come down to what the donors and PACs wanted to do behind DeSantis' campaign. Pointing out that they threw pretty much everything they had at the Iowa caucus, and it still wound up being a Trump victory by about 30 points there, and they really hadn't invested a ton of resources into New Hampshire. And by DeSantis pulling out right now, it adds more to Trump's campaign before heading into that New Hampshire vote on Tuesday. And he pointed out an important thing to remember here is DeSantis just won re-election here in Florida, so he still has 3 more years of governing ahead of him.
He still has a supermajority in both houses in the Senate. He can really do whatever he wants in Florida, which is a very nice position for him to be in. Do whatever he wants for the next 3 years and help position himself really strongly for a 2028 run.
So I talked to the supervisor of elections as well, who pointed out that DeSantis' name will still be on the ballot for that March 19th primary, along with several other candidates who have recently suspended their campaigns. They're still going to be counting those votes, so just make sure that you're not surprised when you still see his name on the ballot. In downtown, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News on your